Hello, 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 and welcome to another edition of the Brian Colletto Show here on Fireside and on YouTube. I saw after last week's show that my uh, podcast streamed to YouTube, so I am very excited about that. Um, and I entitled today's show Autism and Pain. The reason that I did that is because I was reading an article and it resonated with me. And the article about autism and pain is talking about how much pain people on the autism spectrum really go through. And I can resonate with that because um, there are times um, where I've masked pain, and and there are still times where I do that. Not as much as I used to, but there are times when I do that, and the thing is too is that like people just assume, especially those who are not around individuals on the autism spectrum 24/7, they just assume that they're not going through anything or that they're just always a calm demeanor. And that's not always true. Um, they, um, they mask pain for lots of different reasons, um, whether it be fear of what other people will say, um, or just that they just don't want to talk about it, or they feel the need to just show their best image. Um, so um, that's the reason that people on the spectrum mask pain and why they go through more pain than we realize. And I want to say hello to Shelly in the audience. Um, Thank you for listening. If you want to come up at any point, you can. Um, I'll I'll happily um, unplug this mini mic so that I can hear you. Um, and that's another thing that I want to mention to everyone listening is that when you come to my show, um, I will happily um, take off this mini mic from my phone um, to chat with you. I can use my phone to speak without it, but I uh, I like having a mini mic, and I want to give a little bit of a different taste of my voice to a mic and make sure that people can hear me loud and clear. And yeah, I didn't do too much research prior to tonight's show. Um, I would just say that there definitely, and I've said this before, there definitely still needs to be some sensitivity training um, among certain professions as it relates to the autism spectrum, um, because like um, they're because you may not necessarily need to do the worst to somebody on the spectrum. You may just need to calm them down and and then deal with the situation. So that's something that I will continue to bring awareness to and and make happen. Um, I'm gonna Shelly, I'm just checking out your profile right now. Um, okay, um, because I like to get an idea of who's listening live, if I've never seen them before on here. Um, so that is about it in terms of what I have to say on the topic of autism and pain. I think, but maybe I have a little bit more. Um, yeah, and again, it's not just physical pain. Um, it's mental pain. Um, I I can tell you that in the episodes where I've gotten extremely tearful, I'll usually go away from the people in my household to do it. Um, Not because I'm afraid of them seeing it, but um, and I don't want people to take this the wrong way, but um, my father has a hard time looking at that. Um, Again, don't want people to take that the wrong way. So I don't have as many of those episodes as I used to, and I think a lot of that is because I keep myself very occupied, and I've just kept my train moving forward as I look to break out of my shell, and I think that it in a lot of ways it's making a difference. There's still pushback here and there, um, but for the most part, they're coming around. Um, I think that there's still stigmas surrounding the whole job process and how the procedure is supposed to be, ideally, um, as it relates to conversations with my father. But um, I work on that with him before I talk to you guys about it. Um, so, hopefully he'll come around to everything. But if not, we'll just keep moving forward. Um, Now, as we're coming up on almost 10 minutes of me speaking, and you know that I usually don't go long with my segments, um, I will take this moment to tell you how the last week has been since my last show. And I had a pretty good last week. Um, I visited my Rotary Club for the first time in 3 months and got to meet a former heavyweight boxer who has an inspiring story of their own, not about autism, but different subjects. Um, and That was a good night, and it was good to see some familiar faces, meet a few new ones as well. And then the following night, I got to go to another networking event. Um, that was fun, although the restaurant space was very tight. And, that could be a subject for another day about autism and personal space. Me, I love human touch, but not everybody on the spectrum does. So, um, just keep that in mind. And and yeah, that event was fun, and I got to meet a lot of good people there, and we'll see what can come of it. Um, And I took a PTO day for my day job on Friday. And after my usual Friday morning networking group that I'm a part of, I went to two different local parks, one of which I hadn't been to in a few years, the other one that I sometimes go to, not a lot, but a little more frequently than the other one. And 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 did some other stuff as well, and had a nice, relaxing weekend, and did some around the house stuff. It's not something that everybody on the autism spectrum does or does on their own. I'm able to do it a combination of on my own and sometimes with some prompting. But there are times where I just feel the urge to get some stuff done, and I can sort of make the intention in my mind. And I don't usually write the stuff down. I'm definitely not the best at writing, but I do make intentions in my head about things. So, with that being said, I appreciate you listening live, Shelley. Um, I don't know if you're actually by your phone or device listening, and for anyone who listening on YouTube, although I don't have a lot of subscribers on my YouTube, but anyone who's listening, thank you. And to anyone who listens to this on replay, whether you listen to a minute, a few seconds, or the entire thing, thank you. I'm grateful for that. And until the next episode, which will hopefully be next week, I send you all love, light, happiness, and peace.